Good morning, B.C.E. here. Hope you're doing well on this Masonic Sunday as they worship the physical sun, these freaks. So, reason for this video, amongst others, is we're going to demonstrate connectivity again. How it's all connected. It's all part of the same thing. Now, at first glance, you obviously know who this is. This is Sean Connery as James Bond. 007-777. You may be thinking to yourself, well, what could James Bond possibly have to do with this? Well, James Bond is allegory for Christ. His nemesis, Ernst Stavro Blofeld, is analogous of Satan. And as they invert and pervert things, instead of having Mr. Bond work for the Father, who does he work for? He works for the Queen, right? He reports to M, the 13th letter of the alphabet. 6 times 7, 6 plus 7. Right? Right. Black and white. Right, pervert it. Checkerboard floor, masonry. He wears a what kind of watch? An Omega, the Alpha, and the Omega. Instead of being peaceful, he kills everything in sight and screws everything in sight. The opposite. And it's all connected. It's all one thing. Oneness. Right? If they ever became aware of the oneness of it all. Meaning us. Meaning how it's one giant thing. It's a giant octopus. It's a giant Leviathan. Monolithic. An empire. Whatever term you wish to use. Now, there's Ernst Stavro Blofeld, and probably his most famous depiction. It's the depiction Michael Myers MM for 33, Michael Myers Halloween, right? Halloween, right? Orange and black, right? Orange 33, All Hallows Eve, see, round and round. But Mr. Myers, lampooned this particular incantation of Blofeld, yet at the same time was making the same exact points, as our friend is no doubt a joker anyway. Right. Shaved head, signs, symbols, colors, names, dates, letters, numbers. Telly Savalas, television. Telly. Did you watch the telly? Sav, al, as. Right? They just jumbled all these things up. On Her Majesty's Secret Service, rather than in the employ of the Father, right? Right. And a spy. Well, he is. Like Yeshua's a spy. The spy of Canaan. The great spy of Canaan. Anybody want to look at some truth in the Bible, go to the book of Joshua. There's actually some there. Now, in the most recent James Bond film, Spectre, here's Christoph Waltz. Christoph, right. As Blofeld, with a disfigured right eye. It's no coincidence, okay? The same way Batman is analogous of Christ, right? Well, if you want to play my little game, you're going to have to break your one rule, right? Or in this case, because it's the opposite, 10, right? And when the Joker says to Batman, don't talk like one of them, you're not. To them, you're just a freak, like me. And when they don't need you anymore, they'll cast you out. Like a leper. Right. The Joker says to him, "You complete me," right? "I feel you and I are destined to do this forever." Cats, a shaved head, many different appearances. He's a chameleon in that sense. To some people he's Lucifer, to some people he's Satan, to some people he's just a voice in the air, to some people he's Christ. And to a good chunk of people he doesn't exist. So it's all. But why would all this stuff be here? All this symbolism, why would it be here? It wouldn't be. This is Max von Sydow, who's played Blofeld, played a Catholic priest, Malachi Martin, MM for 33, CC for 33, Catholic Church, and played Ming the Merciless, MM for 33, Ming, right? Charles Mingus, Ming, US. See how they have to jumble everything up? Ming the Merciless, mercy, or lack thereof. Right, bow tie, bowler, A Clockwork Orange, Malcolm McDowell, MM for 33. He's got a heart on his lapel, right? The Queen of Hearts. And a goatee. And in the James Bond films, what's that? That's one-eye symbolism right there. That's what it is. Who's always watching James Bond? Right. Spectre. The Spectre. Hydra. The Octopus. Octopussy. Blofeld. One eye. Right. And they make him instead of what? Instead of Mr. Bond being as a Christ figure, as he's intended to be, what do they make him do? He works for the Illuminati. He works for the Queen. He works for Queen Elizabeth, 33. That's a pyramid, that's a crown, with fleur-de-lis on it. 007777. M5, right? M13, 5. The Roman law of fives. V for victory, right? Well, Churchill's a druid priest, so what is that? Crowley, Secret Agent 666. Well, Crowley worked for the British government during World War II, which is just giant human sacrifice. Right, why would these symbols be there? They wouldn't be if they meant nothing. They just wouldn't. Black and red, the colors of human sacrifice. The period, UK. U is 3, K is 11. That's a 33. Circles is 33. Ribbons is 33. MI6. Right? 9 and 6. Right? Right. Round and round. Ribbon. 33. Pyramids. Right? Like we just saw in the logo. 42. 6 times 7. As per Stanley Kubrick in The Shining. Pyramids also inverted. Flip it. 24, same thing. 2 and 7, 9. 7 and 4, 11. 24/7. James, Land of Oz. James, King James, Queen James, James Bond. James, 2 7s. James Bond, Christ figure. 76, 7 times 6, 7 plus 6. Blofeld is Satan, Bond is Christ. 7/11/77, Land of OZ. Right, Oz, the TV show about the jail. Oz, the Wizard of Oz. Oz, letters to numbers, 2 7s. Witches' wands are made from Hollywood. That's all this is. That's it. It's mind control. It's telling you the truth in plain sight. And it's worked. But these things would not exist. They would not be there Circles 33, OZ 77. These things would not be there if they held no significance whatsoever. Right, the Emerald City, the Emerald Card, an Emery board. Right? Right again. National Security Agency, Circle 33. Key right there at the bottom. That's a key of Freemasonry. That's what that is. And pentagrams, right? Pentagrams 33. Right, Circles 33, the Spectre. The Spectre of Evil. Live from Trump Tower, right? Evil from Trump Tower. Today Show, live. Today Show, evil. You're in the world of opposites. Right. Spec script, right? They split it all up. We made James Bond Freemasons. Ha. 11. 7. 7-11. How many stories did Joaquin and Boaz? 110. The World Trade Center. On when? 9/11, right? Ha ha ha. Just change it up a little bit. 119. 9/11, 66, 99. And why ha ha ha? Because ha Satan. Ha. Ha 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 ha. Aha, who coincidentally sang a James Bond theme song. Now, is that a coincidence? Is that a coincidence Mr. Craig is doing that? Well, there are no coincidences. So no, it's not a coincidence. All right, here's the first shot of the opening credits of the movie Spectre. Through the gun scope, one eye, through the barrel, however you want to view it, but that's one eye, is what that's meant to be. Now, the original producers of the Bond films, one of them, Albert R. Cubby Broccoli. Albert R. Broccoli, 72. Right, Broccoli. Albert R. Broccoli, 72. His nickname, Cubby. Chicago Cubs. CC for 33. Red and blue for Masonry. Okay? Cubby. 14, 2 sevens. Cubby Broccoli. As per Stanley Kubrick, 6 times 7, 42. Cubby Broccoli. See how it goes round and round? Cubby Broccoli is also 5 and 8, which is 13. Again, M, 13th letter of the alphabet. 6 times 6 plus 7. Or 8 times 5 is 40, and the 0 is a 7. And you have 4 sevens, or you have 2 8s, and it goes round and round. Where it stops, nobody knows. Right. His son-in-law, Mike I guess he and his half-sister, Mr. Broccoli's son and half-sister, Michael G. Wilson, Michael 33. Michael G. Wilson, just coincidentally, micro and macro. Right, and there's the British flag. Red and blue for Masonry, Masonry 33. Primary colors. Right. The first James Bond film, Dr. No. Dr. Strangelove. Dr. No. Get on the bus. Dr. No is an inverted 42. From Russia with Love. Ha ha ha. 88. Right, remember this? Pussy galore. Double entendres, jumble things up. They love a play on names. 42, 6 times 7. Ian Fleming was a Mason. Of course he was. First, he's British, right? Second of all, he worked for military intelligence. 67, 6 plus 7, 6 times 7. Pervert it all. Corinthians 4:4. So, instead of Christ being Christ, he's a gun-toting, tuxedo black and white checkerboard floor wearing Mason who kills everything and screws everything. Eve Moneypenny, haha, like Eve in the Garden of Eden. Money, penny, right? Come on. 88, Back to the Future. Right, all these references to Eve, all these references, I mean, it's ridiculous. If all these things, they have a limited amount of names, letters, signs, symbols, and colors that they can use. And they use them. Right. First Apple computer, 666.66. This is James Bond's boss, M. Right? M, 13th letter of the alphabet. Right? Right, later on, played by Dame Judi Dench. Dame. Boy, she's a great dame. Right? Boy, am I mad at you, throw an E on the end. But right, instead of him working for God the Father, he works for the Queen and Masons. Right, dial M for murder. That's a reference to Freemasonry. Yes, you want someone killed? Dial M. 67, 6 plus 7, 13, M, 13. Flip it, 76. When was the country founded? 1776, triple repetition characteristic of magic. Right, July 4th, 7-4. 7 times 4 is 2 8s, or it's 4 7s. The magic of the number 37, 3 7s, triple repetition. Right, multiply it by 3, 111. Multiply it by 6, 222. By 9, 333, etc., and on and on. Now, Live and Let Die, another Bond film. In the back, you'll notice Baron Samedi, a witch doctor. Half black, half white. Checkerboard floor. Voodoo. Death masks. Top hat for masonry. There you go. 666 hand sign, black and white. And a cross. Christopher Lee, star of another Bond film. Ian Fleming's cousin. And a member of the British government during wartime. Doing the pyramid on his hand sign. And he'll tell you all day that black magic is very, very real. Well, he's dead, or they say he is, who knows. But he had a very large occult library and gave you a lot of truth about this, whether or not he's part of it or not. Because everything they do is more effective if they tell you and you don't believe it. He also coincidentally played Dracula, right? Who is just Vlad the Impaler. That's who Dracula is, Count Dracula. Draconia, right? The planet Draconia with the alien lizards. Right, it's mockery. Prince Charles is a direct descendant of Vlad the Impaler. And what is on his forehead? The 8-pointed star. As it's all connected, eyes wide shut, here's an 8-pointed star. The star of Ishtar, Esther, Easter the whore. And there it is, in Eyes Wide Shut. Purple for witchcraft. One-eyed symbolism. July 16th, which is many things. It's both a 77, 7, 1 plus 6, right, 7, 7, 16, 2 8s, or 7 plus 16 for 23, which is mockery of Yahweh's bloodline, Joshua, Adonai, etc. Now here's Mr. Kubrick shooting Full Metal Jacket at Pinewood Studios. Why Pinewood? Right. Brick for masonry. pine wood, right? A cult of the pine. Witches' wands are made from Hollywood. The Boy Scouts, the Pine Wood Derby. What else is shot at Pinewood? The Bond series. Pinewood Studios, what are those? What is that? Pyramids, 42. Pinewood, pine cone, pineal gland. Right, all there for no reason, I know. Now, here is Stanley Kubrick with Arthur Clarke, who tells you all high technology is indistinguishable from magic. Walking Pinewood Studios with NASA, whom are just occultists. That's it. That's all. Frederick Ordway, Deke Slayton, George Mueller, whatever. Who's in the news now? Robert Mueller, Robert 33. Round and round. It's all part of the same deception. Right. Vesper. Venus. What color is she wearing? Purple. Right. It's a big game, because it is a big game, whether people want to view it that way or not. The world is all poker and chess. Ha, 88. Or, round and round. Round and round. It's also 99 or 66. It's all one big game to the Joker. 77. The Joker by Steve Miller. Steve Miller, Miller 33. MI, MI5, MI6, MI13, 6 plus 7, 6 times 7. Right? M, right? 1 and 3 plus 9 is 22. Any other duality numbers? 11, 22, 33, 44, 55, 66, 77, 88, 99. Or you can play it a bunch of different ways. M, I, right. It can be a 6 too. 5, 24, 42, round and round. The current producer of the Bond films, Barbara Broccoli. Coincidentally. Skyfall. 3 sevens. Or mockery of Yahweh and Yeshua. The sky will fall. Ha ha ha. 66. Satan. 2 sevens. Land of OZ. Santa. Same thing. Right. Diamonds are forever. More James Bond. Diamond. Meaning diamonds. Anunnaki. Those who fell from the sky. Demons are forever. Diamonds are forever. There's also 7 too. Live and let die. So you can just keep going. Live and let die. 4 sevens. Also 5 and 9 gives you 14 again. It just keeps going and going and going, right? Triple repetition. For your eyes only. Ha. 69. The spy who loved me, ha ha ha, is a direct reference to Joshua. Joshua is the spy. Ha. The spy who loves you. Yeshua. The great spy of Canaan. Yeshua is the spy. LOL. 66. Mockery of the book of Joshua. Ha. 76. 7 times 6. 7 plus 6. Also 72. Yahweh and Yeshua we mock. LOL. Sorry, it took me a minute to remember what I put there. 611, 911, 66, 99. Right. Vesper. Venus as the evening star. Pi Day. Why is pi important? Here's why. Pi, 3.14, 14 times 3, which gives you 42. That's why, and it's the only reason why it's important to them. 42. So, again, it's all connected. Love you. Hope you're having a good morning.